Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 10 musicians who actually predicted the future via music video or lyrics. Now, we all know The Simpsons actually used predictive programming, and artists such as Andy Warhol predicting social media stars in the era that we live today. But subliminal programming or predictive programming is a subtle tactic that the media uses to conform consumers to accept the future nature or the direction they want all masses to go. The same concept goes in hand when you go to the movie theaters and you watch, before the movies, they show popcorn and soda. This is basically to conform the consumer to accept these products when they leave or while they're there. The first group was Rage Against the Machines, who was actually a rock/rap hip-hop group. Rage Against the Machines predicted Donald Trump's presidency in their song Sleep Now in the Fire. In 1999, they shot a video for the song, and at the 1 minute mark, you see a man holding a sign that says, "Donald Trump for President," 16 years earlier before he was elected. Now, movie director Michael Moore, who actually directed the documentary Fahrenheit 9/11, was said to give them the idea to put this in their video. Now, were we being programmed to accept this in the near future as Donald Trump being our future president? Maybe so, maybe not. But it's kind of ironic that that was placed in there. Jimi Hendrix has always been a man with vision to see things others could not. But it wasn't until 1986 that the climate science and climate change hit mainstream media.
The environment is growing as our technology grows, and at present time we clearly have reached the stage where we are capable, both intentionally and inadvertently, to make significant changes in the global climate and in the global ecosystem.
But in 1967, Jimi Hendrix predicted climate control propaganda in his song Up From the Skies, where he says, "The smell of the world that has burned, well, maybe it's just a change of climate." Now, we all see that they're telling us today that there is a climate change, right? And that it's getting hotter. But the fact that Jimi Hendrix was able to see this, either he had a spiritual connection or someone had actually gave him this advice. Radiohead predicted our reliance on technology in everyday life on their 1997 album OK Computer. In the song Fitter, Happier, you can actually hear robotic voice programming people to be better in shape. It showcases the times that we are in with electronics such as Fitbits and Apple Watches, not to mention with the concept that approaches such as smart devices that will actually monitor our daily lifestyles on a day-to-day basis. Nicki Minaj predicted her cousin's shooting in 2011 in the song We Miss You. Her cousin, Nicholas Telemack, was shot dead shortly in July after the song was released in 2011. But the lyrics were eerily similar to the situation that took place. She says, "Why'd you have to leave in July? Why would they take you from me? Why the doctors couldn't stop the bleeding? I could have told you about my intuition. I could have even brought the extra ammunition." Now, this is actually a sign of premonition. We all know when we see videos like Eminem's Toy Soldier and the Migos with Takeoff being subjected as a sacrifice, we know that these people are very smart and wise. This is all a form of witchcraft. The group Wilco was one of the few that predicted 9/11. but this one might be one of the scariest prophecies in musical history. The group Wilco was set to release their album on September 11th, 2001, but it ended up being released a week later. On the song Jesus ETC, Jeff Tweedy, who is the lead singer, sings the lyrics, "Skyscrapers scraping together, tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad songs. Your voice is smoking, last cigarettes are all you can get." Not to mention the album artwork showcased two buildings in the form of smog behind it. These songs were actually recorded months in advance, but just the fact that they were able to dissect this and actually be on point just before the situation happened, I'm pretty sure someone alerted them. Jeff Buckley, like some others, predicted his own death along with Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. In his song Dream Brother, he pretty much predicted his own demise with the lyrics, "Asleep in the sand with the ocean washing over." In 1997, when Jeff was only 30 years old, he and a friend went down to swim at the Wolf River Channel on the Mississippi River. The current carried Buckley away, and it wasn't until 6 days later his body was washed up on the shore. Now, we all know that when these people take pacts and do oaths, that 6 days actually stood out to me. But it's ironic that he already knew in his lyrics that he would go out this way. Rapper Killer Priest predicted in his 1998 song Information that the NSA security scandal would take place in the song Information. He says, "Our telephone conversations will be automatically wiretapped and transcribed by the National Security Agency." It wasn't until the Patriot Act was passed in 2001 that the NSA would now have permission to listen to our phone conversations. But in 2013, Edward Snowden leaked this information to the public. Rapper The Game predicted not only the presidency of Barack Obama, but also that he would capture Osama bin Laden. In his song Hard Times, which was recorded a year before Barack became elected, he says, "I'm feeling like a black Democrat, Barack Obama, the only ninja that can catch Osama." In 2011, Barack Obama's administration killed Osama bin Laden. He was found hiding in a cave. Now, the fact that The Game actually pinpointed this a year before Barack was even elected, and the fact that he even pinpointed Barack Obama would actually capture Osama bin Laden is kind of eerie and strange. But like I said, a lot of these people may have information via the government, or they may have psychic abilities. Patsy Cline is one of the many that predicted her demise also, but the situation was very eerie if you ask me. Her album Faded Love was set to be released in March 1963. When she delivered the album to the record label Decca, she came into the office saying, "Here it is, the first and the last." Not to mention, she signed an 8-album contract and was only on her 3rd release album. She died the same month in a plane crash. Barry White warned us in 1983 on an interview with the broadcast Black Focus that technology would eventually replace humans.
Technology. See, what we see today is just the taking off of it. It's still coming. Technology is going to replace human beings. Unless you know how to program a computer or how to fix one, you're going to be in trouble in that area. In our industry, the industry has changed. Studios going out of business every day in Hollywood.
He wouldn't be far off with his prediction in what we see today and how artificial intelligence has taken over music and basically replacing people with computers. Now, I'm going to point out something very important. Like I said, a lot of these people may have psychic abilities or they just predicted their own deaths, right? But for the most part, if we pay very close attention, a lot of these people were puppets and they were given a specific message to deliver to the masses. Now, when you're listening to a song or watching a movie or a TV show, a lot of predictive programming may go over your head. Subliminal messaging, all right? These things happen and take place to inform the viewer, to keep them distracted, and at the same time, get them conform to the future plans that the government may be conducting. So now, when we see these things, we must pay very close attention and know that these people that are in position, they're getting us to conform and accept these things. All right? So with that being said, y'all, I hope I touched on this and spoke about it in the clearest form. All right? Peace.
Do you suffer with acne and have tried everything to get rid of it? Try D-Dara. D-Dara is an organic skincare product that is not harmful to the skin but has been proven to clear acne in 2 weeks. D-Dara clears cystic acne, blackheads, dark spots, hyperpigmentation, and eczema. Shop now at ddara.us.